Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nuruddin bin Abdul Razak. My metric number is C21B2314. The purpose of this video is I would like to share to you about book review assignment. I will hold character as partner A. Now let's begin the video. Title of the book. The name of the novel is Moby Dick. Author. American writer who is Herman Melville is the writer of this novel. Genre. The genre of this novel is adventure fiction, epic, sea story, and encyclopedic novel. Number of pages. Basically, this novel has 427 pages and 135 chapters. Year of publication. The date of this novel was published on October 18, 1851 in England. Why did I choose this book? There are a few reasons that I choose this novel is because, firstly, Moby Dick gained recognition as an important American novel in 1920, more than half a century after its publication. Its fame subsequently grew, not least because it was widely included in university syllabus in the United States, where it was elevated to the status of a great American novel. Another reason which brings me to what I love the most is about Moby Dick and Melville writing. This is because there are times when the reader may not know exactly what Melville is doing or why, but we do know that he doing it on purpose. His purpose is the kind that will cause a writer to draft in a frenzy without eating for days, or toil over decision for years, or both. It's like touching a live wire even if that doesn't match our own. The last reason is Herman Melville's book Moby Dick not only recognized as one of the most important novelists, but the book that he writes is offering a wild ocean adventure filled with memorable characters, but also explores the realms of philosophy, science, history, and politics with great energy and tragic comic insight. Now let's move to the body of the story. Captain Ahab, who is the main protagonist, also the monomaniacal captain of the whaling ship Pequod, Quinqueg, Ishmael is the first person narrator in much of the book, also plays a minor role in the novel. And also Moby Dick. The story of Moby Dick starts with the famous phrase, "Call me Ishmael," a typical scene in New York City. According to sailor, Ishmael is a big group of men gathering on their days off to contemplate the ocean and dream of a life at sea. He explains that he went to sea because he too was feeling a damp, gloomy November in Seoul. He needed adventure, much like this man. He always ships as a common sailor rather than a passenger, avoiding anything too respectable or pricey. Okay, now let's move to the partner B.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Shahizad bin Muhammad Rozi. My number metric C21A2282. I am as a partner B want to continue our book review. The novel is Moby Dick. The major topic of Herman Melville's Moby Dick is revenge. As Ahab's passion for vengeance consumes him and everyone around him, what looks to retribution for lost leg becomes something more. This passion makes him a slave. Revenge is central theme in Herman Melville's Moby Dick. What appears to be retribution for a lost leg becomes something more. As Ahab's desire for revenge consumes him and all those around him, he becomes a slave to this passion. For example, Ahab dedicates his ship and crew to destroying Moby Dick, a white sperm whale, because he sees whale as the living embodiment of all this evil and malignant in the universe. By honoring the physical dangers that Dick was himself, setting himself against other men, and presuming to understand and fight evil on cosmic scale, Ahab arrogantly defeats the limitation imposed upon human beings. Next, the Pequod sees numerous ships bearing news and legend of Moby Dick, and Ahab proclaims his hunt to other sailors by nailing the doubloon to the mast. Ahab integrates himself an objective in front of Starbucks. In chapter 132, the symphony and discover that he lacks the willpower to abandon his mission. The main character that I choose is Ishmael. The story's narrator, Ishmael, gets friends with Queequeg, a large guy who hunts whales. They go on a whaling ship called the Pequod together. The captain of the ship is Ahab. He is confined to his cabin due to an aforementioned illness. Ishmael and Queequeg are introduced to the other passengers. Ishmael is startled when he encounters Ahab for the first time. Ishmael outlines the various types of whales. The entire reasons that are there, Ahab explains the crew, is to find and kill this one whale. The great white whale is Moby Dick. When Moby Dick is attacked, he transforms into a weak giant whale. My conclusion, what I recommend, why I recommend this novel is I am honored to recommend because the storytelling of the book gives a lot of inspiration, especially to the readers who never experiencing reading this book. As example, the humpback whale Moby Dick has been used as a metaphor for a wide range of topics, including the Judeo-Christian God, atheism, and everything in between. What I have learned from the story. Is as conclusion. The moral story that I have learned is the Moby Dick story are don't become fixated on vision. I've long mentioned that great leaders don't have visions. Great historical leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., Gandhi, FDR, and Mandela had a great vision, but what set them apart was their ability to alter their methods, fine-tuning their strategies, and change their course. They were so obsessed on their vision that they could do anything. They were beginning forming alliances and making progress. Secondly, avoid the personality cult. Your most trustworthy leadership tool isn't your personality. Ahab was successful in forging a deep psychological tie with his men. They had faith in him. The problem was that they were so entertained by him that they never actually questioned his idea and become yes men. They were so enamored with his personality and they could recognize his flaws. That's all from us. Thank you.